All right, Scorpios, the retailer exclusive miniature. I'm going to be showing you how I painted this little guy. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is Scorpios. Here he is all primed up. I obviously went with the gun tail attachment because that's awesome. There's also like a grabby arm and like a normal pincer or stinger, but the gun is cool, you know, laser sorcery. So yeah, we don't have any texture on his base, which normally, you know, I like to put texture on there, you know, glue some sand and then base him, but I was in a hurry for some reason. So here we go. I'm thinking we're gonna do blue and orange, blue for the carapace and orange for the underbelly. So I'm starting with a coat of brown because I want that orange to be able to stand out. And if you're trying to paint orange, which is really translucent over black, it's going to be a huge pain in the ass. So here we are with them brown, and I'm just kind of getting it good coverage. You know, you thin your paints, get some coats on there. I'm not worried about being super clean because I'm just going to go back over it. Ain't a huge deal. You know, a lot of people are intimidated by painting, especially if they haven't done it before, but I'm telling you right now, just go for it. You know, the worst painted model is 1,000,000 times better than an unpainted model. I'm not an exceptional painter. You know, might be thinking, how come Jared's not making a video? Because he's great at it. Well, because I want to show you that it doesn't really matter. You don't have to be the best. You know, perfection is the enemy of good. And good is the enemy of just getting stuff done. You know, just get paint on the model. Who cares? So we got blue. I'm starting dark to light because that's how I paint. We're just going to get a nice good coating of this real opaque blue on here. Now, I use a mixture of paints that I've just been collecting over years. I really like Vallejo, you know, the different Army Painter stuff that's been coming out. I kind of avoid UW paints just because the pots make it so they don't last. But just use whatever you got. Honestly, if you have apple barrel, do it. You know, Brian paints awesome with the apple barrel. Like, nothing to stop you. I got some kind of brush that's a, you know, whatever actual hair one, Pro Sable. But I mean, there's plenty of synthetic ones that are good out there. Maybe they don't last as long, but really, just go for it. You'll get the hang of it. You know, your brush control is not going to be awesome starting out. So the more you do it, the better you get. And you can always just paint stuff again. Just paint over it. You know, put it in simple green and clean it off if you need to. Just getting models painted. That should be the goal. Because once you break that barrier, it's so much easier and so much fun too. So yeah, we're getting this guy pretty covered. I'm just trying to get the darks. Layers down, and I'm just gonna be rotating back between lightening up the blue and the orange to like let one dry and everything like that. Make sure, oh yep, here we go. So we got a little bit of lighter blue. I'm just catching all the main areas. I'm not trying to, oh shit. Okay, so orange. I think I'm gonna start with this darker orange. As you can see, it says like orange on it somewhere. I can tell what color it is. We're gonna make sure we water our paints down, you know, and start getting some coverage. Now, it's a little bit frustrating here. This orange, I don't know if I didn't shake it up enough or something. It was being weird with its coverage. Maybe my water's dirty and I should have changed it, but I don't like getting up. Once I start painting, I just don't get up. So I think this guy took me like an hour and 5 minutes. I just sat and powered through him. We're making sure we're being a little bit cleaner because I don't really want to have to go back over the blues. And we're just getting a nice good coverage. Getting behind the legs and underneath his body and stuff. It's a little annoying, but you know, just keep twisting him around. An awesome thing is 3 points of contact on your model at all times. I don't know, I always wake up and just like drink as much coffee as I possibly can because it's good. And so I just shake a bunch. Just, you know, I got my fingers all over it, touching every single place to keep it as steady as possible, making sure that my hand that's painting and also my hand that's holding it have some contact on the model of the base. That just helps it keep it steady, and you have like a lot more control of you know, the movement of the model. So I'm taking a lighter blue, and I'm just not giving full coverage, but just kind of grabbing the edges and the main bases where I think light would hit. And honestly, kind of being heavy-handed and sloppy with it. Fits the Cyber Savage mantra a lot, you know, when you get these really exaggerated, contrasting edge highlights and stuff. It just helps your model really explode. And you gotta remember, most of the time this stuff's being seen from 3 feet away, you know, so contrast really helps your models just stand out and look awesome. So okay, he's getting there. You see that he's actually blue and orange now, like I said. I'm taking that lighter orange, and there's a lot of like muscles and stuff that's very accentuated in this model, so it's really fun and easy to just like almost paint by numbers, just fill in the little circles, you know, hit the tops, and it makes for a super easy layering. So that was really fun. I imagine if you really wanted to, you could probably even dry brush the underside and stuff. It'd look fine. Also getting a little bit of the kind of what I imagine is gooey insides are inside the pieces of the tail. So yeah, sweet. That kind of was easy and worked out. That brown coat doing a lot of work for letting that orange actually stand out. So now I start with a dry brush. This is just, you know, making sure that I can get that extra little layer of lightning. I'm using a lighter blue, and I'm just hitting all the pieces of the model that's that really textured carapace. It's awesome because this guy's got so many raised edges and spikes and you know, places where the chitin like fits together, that dry brushing super easy and makes an awesome effect with like almost no effort. And yeah, I'm just kind of like making up as I go. I didn't really have a plan for the face or the gun or anything. I know that I'm not going to use like metallic and just make it metal because that's like kind of not my style. So I'm just going to pick in random stuff. I got this cool kind of green, this kind of like dull green. Making the face and the gun the same color is a little weird, but also like he's not real. So, you know, who cares? I had a little bit of trouble getting like nice coverage with these really light greens. You know, like the pigments are weird and stuff, so I just had to keep like watering and layering, trying to get them to actually show up and not look bad. But on top of that green, it worked pretty well. You know, it makes for a pretty bright highlight. And maybe you can imagine that you know, the face is, you know, kind of got some weird robotic shit going on too. Maybe that's why it fits the gun, or the gun's shoots poison. I don't know. He's cool. He's like a cool scorpion guy, you know, some kind of laser sorcery cryptid that wants to inflict pain. But yeah, that's the little guy. Thanks so much if you made it to the end of this video. It's awesome that you stuck around, and I really want to see how you guys paint your stuff. Thanks so much.